Hello, this is Metal4 here, and welcome to part 1 of the DC Roundup. This is going to be my video on The Flash, Season 2, Episode 21, also entitled The Runaway Dinosaur. Now let's get straight into it. At the beginning of the episode, the team have to deal with the loss of Barry as they all think he's dead. As at the end of last episode, he disapparated into what we find out later is the Speed Force, as we learn that through Cisco, who vibes Barry in sort of some wormhole kind of place. The Runaway Dinosaur, the title of the episode, is a book from Barry's childhood. And Barry's taken back to the night that his mother died, and he talks to Joe on the crime scene, who's not actually Joe, just an embodiment of the Speed Force as a person. So he has a chat with Joe, but Joe tells him that he needs to stay. He can't go. They're not going to let him go. He's staying with them. Now he has to catch this black sort of mist thing to get out. Jesse and Wally turn out to be fine after they've been hit by Barry's Speed Force explosion. But Jesse goes into a coma, similar to how Barry went into a coma after he was struck by the lightning. Now, they find notes on Wells's treatment plans for Barry to try and help Jesse, and it's then when we find that Gerda has been resurrected by the black matter. Black matter? Dark matter, same difference. Barry talks to Iris, except not Iris, and Cisco talks to Barry. He sees Barry, and he goes into sort of the Speed Force, sees Barry and calls out to him using some machinery that Wells invented. But Barry has to stay, obviously, to get his speed back. Now, they then retrace Gerda's steps to try and find out what he's doing, as it's obvious that he's retracing his steps from the last time he was around, so they're going to try and capture him by doing that. They try and stop Gerda with electromagnets, as he's metal. The electromagnets would shut down his brain, but it doesn't work. Now, Barry talks to his mum this time, and they talk about coming to accept her death, which Barry can't seem to do. He hasn't accepted his mother's death yet. Even after saving all these people, he can't accept that one death. And but then he accepts his mother's death after reading the Runaway Dinosaur with his mother and just really talking to her. And he comes to terms with his mother's death and accepts it. And it's then that the Speed Force let him go as he captures the sort of mist that turns out to just be himself, because he's been running from himself basically. He hasn't been accepting the fact that his mother isn't in fact dead, and now that he has accepted that, the sort of fear that he's had in himself will just go away, and he'll be a much better person. He'll be able to really push himself to the limits. Now Barry returns and turns the magnets on to kill Gerda again, and Barry wakes Jesse up with a bit of lightning, which is similar to how Iris woke Barry up back in the hospital. And with this, obviously, this could definitely mean that Jesse is now a speedster. And on this note, Henry is staying for good now, and because John Wesley's ship is only a guest star in the show, he doesn't really want to be on the show. This as a long run, he's not going to stay for a while, so this could lead to Henry's ultimate demise. He visits his mum's grave, but then after that we cut to Zoom in the police station, and he has brought on the metahuman army from Earth 2. He's brought a load of metahumans, whether they are the same or whether they're similar to the ones that we've got on Earth 1, we don't know, but there's quite a lot of them. There is a load of metahumans, so it's bigging up to this big fight that's coming next episode and the one after that. So yeah, I really can't wait for those episodes. But this episode was okay, but I mean, again, it's hard to have The Flash without the Flash. It's a bit like the episode with Griffin Grey. There wasn't a Flash, so it can't really be called The Flash. It was still good, though. There are a lot of good parts about it. Cisco and Iris together was a combination that we haven't really seen very much of, and it was good to see in this episode. Barry's whole section was a bit odd, but I can understand why they had to do it. They had to sort of get rid of his mother's death, as it's sort of an overarching feeling of the whole show. It's sort of like it's always there. You're always thinking about it in a way, or at least Barry. You can see that sometimes he's thinking about what he needs to do, and he goes back to his mother's death as a reason as why not to do a certain thing or something. But yeah, the episode wasn't one of the best episodes, but it wasn't the worst episodes of The Flash. But next week should be great. It's bigging up to a big finale, so hopefully that finale should be really great, and I can't wait to see it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this episode. I'll see you next time.